A colon can completely change the meaning of a sentence. For example, Jane ate her friend's sandwich, or Jane ate her friend's colon. Welcome to the Shave&Butcher extravaganza. Going to shave with something quite interesting today. It's a gold dollar razor, which isn't all that interesting, but this has been honed in a very special way, and it is covered in Vaseline, which is fitting considering the joke. Sorry, Bill. This one came with all the injector blades that Bill M from the shaving cadre sent to me. So I'm wiping this sideways very carefully. I'm pretty much not touching the edge of the razor. So Bill uses a technique he calls super curve, I think, where he uses 3 different stones that are crown shaped, so convex, in order to create a hollow in the bevel. Instead of a straight bevel, he creates a hollow. Huh? So he says. I haven't checked in the microscope. And then he finishes off on a strop, which is also convex and covered with abrasive, and then on a flat kangaroo bench-mounted strop. So interesting. So convex bevel. Haven't tried that before. Have you? Have you heard about it? Bill says it's somewhat of a controversial thing. I haven't heard about it, but it'll be interesting. So he offered to send a few blades for my Schick injector razor, and he countered with sending, blades that I can use for a very long time, and this razor that he wanted me to try. So I haven't tried it before. I don't know if I like it. We'll see. It's a gold dollar. The soap is Dr. Harris Arlington, and it's a stick. It's a stick soap. First impressions kind of shave. I have a day and a half's worth of growth, a day and a half's growth even. So when you use a stick, it's always a bit hard to tell when you put on enough, because that looks like almost nothing, right? Or it looks like half a dosage of the cube that people use as a pre-shave. So yeah, you take half of what people use when they use the cube. Half of that is enough for a shave. The brush is from Simpson, so it's English. It's made on the I love something. I love man, I love white, I love Lucy. Simpsons, the Duke, Best Badger. A small brush, small little brush. Let's see if we have enough soap to build a lather. When you don't quite know how much soap you have, it helps using a small brush. Because you know what? You can get it just as good a lather and just as much foam with a small brush as you can with a large one, more or less. It obviously holds a little bit less, but in terms of whipping up something on the face, it's the same thing. If anything, it's a little bit easier with a small brush, because you have what resembles control, whereas some of those incredibly large brushes are, you risk losing control. That's it. So this is a very friendly scent on this soap, citrus. basically. I think they call it citrus and fern, which is interesting because fern doesn't smell anything. We talked about this not too long ago. There's no scent to fern. Maybe they mean fougère, which is the scent fougère. Fougère is fern in French. It's a sort of conceptual mix of things, bag of tricks. Yeah, I have enough soap. I certainly don't have any excess. So that's good, cool. Now this stick, if I use this much with a stick, it will last me 100 shaves probably. I still need a tiny bit of water to be entirely happy. So you see me doing this quite often. I've picked that up from, I don't know who, quite a few people do it quite a lot. Another cut above, Chris, possibly. Who's a bit of an inspirational character when it comes to lather building. I think I copied quite a lot from Chris. He's not making a lot of videos anymore. He's busy with life, I think. Life and work and stuff. I hope he's well. But he tests his lather by how big the peaks are, and I find that works very well for me. Small handle, so there's soap everywhere. Better rinse that off. And get the hands dry before we pick up the straight razor, because we don't want slippery hands and we don't want to put water in between the scales because that hinders drying. So this is Gold Dollar 66, made in China. Surprising how popular it is in America, considering it's Chinese. Okay, here we go. Focus. I have 2 gold dollars. I'm not a fan of either of them, and they have been honed by very competent people. So it's not the honing. Cuts hair very well. Look at the lather, and we're boom. We've nailed the lather. So you know almost nothing about the razor until you do the second pass and you go against the grain. Well, some people do 3 passes for some reason. Never really understood why, except if you like shaving, I guess it's fun. If you have a double-edged razor, I get it, I understand it, but with a straight razor, I don't really understand. If you want to get super close, I think it's more effective to simply do 2 passes and pickups. So you go with the grain as much as you can, against the grain as much as you can, if you can. Go against the grain if you don't get irritation, and then it will be BBS in most places, and you can do pickups for where it's tricky. So far so good, Bill. Gold dollar. No. Gold dollars are quite popular amongst honing experts. Oops, no battery left. I guess. Yeah, why is that? If you're a hone meister, tell me. They're cheap to buy, so I guess you can experiment with them, and it's not going to cost you much if you cock up. There you go, pass number 1. Very nice so far. So, fern-scented soap, isn't that funny? Okay, let's see if we have enough soap left. It's not a lot in this little thing, but I've seen plenty people do 3-pass shaves with much smaller brushes than this. Some people are just really good at stuff, aren't they? Okay, here we go. We're up for the test. You can see there's a bit of Vaseline still on there. I don't want to wipe it too much though, because I don't want to damage the edge. If you get a razor honed by someone who knows what they're doing, don't strop it until you use it. Use it first and then you can strop it. If you strop it and it's perfectly honed, you're only going to make it worse. You're not going to make it any keener. Here we go. Oh, that's very smooth. Yes, indeed. I like it. Ooh, I like it. The creeps. Ooh, yes, I like it. They're from Småland in Sweden. Here on the lip is the only place I don't go against the grain. I go across because I always mess up. There you go. There you go. Ooh, I like it. Whatever happened to the creeps? I'm sure no one's heard of them outside Sweden. The singer had massive sideburns. Now, is massive sideburns, or are massive sideburns underestimated in terms of male grooming? Or are they overestimated? Yeah, we're doing well. The sides of the mouth, corners of the mouth, what are they called? I used to bleed and have irritation all the time until I discovered you can go slow without pushing too much. That just is such a game changer. Just don't push, don't press, don't use force. You know, sometimes I try to think, shave as close to the face as you can, you know, as a bit of a joke. Little weeper there. So far, so good. It feels good. It feels very smooth, very keen and smooth, which is a good combination. But let's see after we're done. See how close it is. You know, the quality of your shave depends on so many different things. But I guess the only two that really count are how good the edge is and how good your technique is. What soap you use doesn't matter for the end result. It matters for other things. But in terms of getting a close, a comfortable shave, you can shave with butter, you can shave with water, you can shave with pretty much anything. You don't even need soap. Don't get me wrong, I like soap. Soap is nice, I have a lot of them. But the technique and the quality of the razor, that's the only thing that's important. Okay, how was that? That was extremely close. Very close, very comfortable. One little weeper. These things happen. So I did two passes. The first one essentially with the grain, the other one essentially against the grain. So I'm BBS, baby bottom smooth, that means. In most of the area where I need pickups is here, because I have a swirl where it goes like this. Little bit in these hollow areas where I kind of need to go sideways. I guess a cross would help, and the upper lip. But that's because I don't go against the grain. That's pretty much it, except if I do a poor job. The rest is BBS. A proper aftershave, Lucido from the Mandem Corporation in Japan. Not expensive, almost no scents, smells a bit like hospital disinfectant. I think Frank Stromberg used to call it. Today's Frank's birthday, I believe. Dave Card made a shave of the day picture to Frank's honor, so I didn't know. I didn't keep track of that. Happy birthday, Frank, wherever you are. Happy birthday, Frank. It's completely uncalled for, joking like this. Very, very good shave. Very good shave. Gold dollar, in spite of the fact that it was a gold dollar. Convex bevel, or hollow bevel. What will they think of next? Thank you, Bill M. from the Shaving Cadre. Really cool. I'll be trying this out a number of times, and then I'll let you know feedback privately. I'll strop it as per the usual on a normal hanging strop or a paddle. I haven't decided. I'll be very careful. Cool. Convex honing stones. Thanks for watching. You have a good rest of the week. We're sort of halfway through, just the other half left of the work week, that is. But the weekend, we don't count. The weekend is party, or as we call it nowadays, hanging up wallpaper. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay sharp.